Welcome back, everybody. This is the Norwegian Lockpicker. So in my last video, I picked through this number 2 Sparrows progressive lock, and said that I have a theory. So now I'm going to talk about that theory, and then probably make this a 2, maybe even a 3-part video. My theory is that if you're getting tired of picking these same locks, you've had your picking it 1,000 times, it's getting boring, we all know how that goes, right? Well, if you maybe dress it up a little bit, maybe it'll get a little more exciting again. So I guess my theory is if I take lock number 2 and I've gutted it, and I'm gonna put just standard pins in here for the driver pins, so there's no security pins. And then I'm going to take the core, I'm going to put the core back in from 2. I'm going to pick it, write down the binding order with all those pins. Then using the exact same pins, I'm going to switch out the core and put the core from number 3 back in here and see if it changes the binding order. So the thought there is that you could take the cores out of any of these locks, or even probably just about any Schlag lock, and replace the core and turn that lock into a little bit of a different challenge. I think it'll work, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna take all the key pins for this 6-pin key that we're into. I'm going to load it up. Put them in the right direction. Okay. So remember, this is lock 2 here. This is all the guts and everything from lock 3. So now we'll take, these are all 6 just standard pins, nothing fancy. And then what I want to do is pick it with real light tension to see, and I'll write down the binding order, and then we'll take out the pins, take out all the pins and swap the core, put the same pins back in it, and see if the binding order changes. Okay, I gotta tilt it here so I can see. I don't see a lot of videos from people putting locks back together. I don't know if everybody just kind of assumes that everybody knows how to do it or not, but it's quite a bit more challenging, especially when you're being a klutz, to get all those pins back in there. It's kind of time consuming too. I suppose that's probably the biggest reason nobody does it. And when you don't have adequate lighting. It's always easier when you get back towards the front of the lock. Way easier to see what you're doing. Okay. 6 standard pins, core is loaded already. Just push it back in there, lock it up. Set the spring. Sorry guys, doesn't help that I had a big 20-ounce cappuccino this morning. Now my hands are all shaky. Okay. And one of the common mistakes I made when I first started repinning these and learning about picking locks and redoing your locks is I would tighten this nut down, and that does is changes your tension on the lock. So alright, let's see here, we're at 6 minutes. I think I can pick this through this one pretty quick. And then I'll come back for the next video to show me swapping the core and see if we change the binding order. Okay. I'm gonna go counterclockwise again. Start in the back. Real light tension, so I'm not forcing a binding order. 6 is loose. 5 is loose. 4 is loose. 3 feels like I'm got a binder on 2. Nice soft click. Okay. 6, 5, 4 is binding. So we got click on 4. So we went. I'm gonna write this down. 2, 4. Okay. Start in the back again. 6 springy, 5 is springy, 4 is set. 3, 2, 1. I might have just gotten a click out of 1. I barely touched it, but okay, now it feels like I think it's 3 here is bound up. That little push. I got nothing there. Oh, there's 1. I think I just dropped something. Okay, now we got, I'm gonna call that 1. So 2, 4, 1. Go the back again, and it feels like 6 is. Yeah, 6. Okay, oh, maybe. Might have been 5. Oh, it was 6. Say 5 is bound up. Anything on it? 6, 5, 4, okay, 3 it is. Sorry guys, I'm not very good at counting my pins. It's apparently a skill that gets developed over time. 2, 1, click on 1. course, a good solid click on 3. There's 5. So let's see if I can back this out so you can see my notes here. Alright. So as far as I could tell, the binding order was 2, 4, 1, 6, 3, 5. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video, call this part 1, and then I'll come back with part 2, and we'll gut this thing down and put core from 3 back in with all the same pins and see if the binding order changed. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to stay legal. And don't forget, if you don't respect the keyhole, don't stick your pick in it.